So today I'm going to be doing things a little differently. Instead of me covering the topic like I usually do in the videos prior, I'm gonna have one of my good friends speak to you all today and cover the topic for me. So I hope you enjoy his story and that you get a greater insight on the subject matter. Now there is something I want to address before passing it over. There are many different types of love. But in this video, my friend will only be discussing romantic love. So if you want to see more about the other types of love, then let me know in the comments below. Now with that being said, I hope you enjoy.
Have you ever been in love with someone? If so, how would you define love? And how should you act when in a relationship? Today, I'd like to talk to you about love, my experience with relationships, heartache, and finding the one. I've said I love you in 3 different relationships, but before I get into that, I actually believe there's a little bit of a formula everybody goes through until they meet their real partner. There's 3 stages of love. There's puppy love, heartbreak, and then home. Puppy love is innocent, fun, and usually your first relationship. You may be young and not know what love means, or not know yourself completely. I'd say it's more based on physical attraction rather than the connection and relationship you have with that person. The next one is heartbreak. You may think you have it all under control from your first experience. You might even think they're the one. Sadly, this one hurts you. Really bad, leaving you betrayed, lost, sometimes even alone. In heartbreak, you may find who you really are and what you truly want in a partner. But now, your guard is up, and you tend to be more careful in stepping back into a relationship. Lastly, you find home. Home is your person, your soulmate, the one you want to do everything with, keep safe, and spend the rest of your life with. Now, this can happen in many different ways. Still find home in the first person you meet. Maybe it takes 10 people until you meet the one you spend life with. All this formula is really saying is that everything takes time. Sometimes, you have to go through hardship before you reach your destination. In my case, I liked someone in 7th grade. I had known her since we were kids, and she was my best friend. We went on a retreat in North Carolina with my school. So when it all came down to it, we had planned to tell each other our feelings. She said, "I like you," and I said, "I love you." She went, "Oh." She basically said we had to be acquaintances from that point forth, and I never understood why. I don't think I understood what love was at the time, and who I was either. Then came my second relationship. I had met this person in high school, and when COVID happened in 2020, we had kept in touch and talked pretty much every day. We eventually became boyfriend and girlfriend, even though we never had any physical interaction. She was another best friend that turned into a relationship. One day I just randomly had to tell her I loved her. I'm not sure why, but I felt it, you know? I sent her a text saying, "Hey, I love you." And that was probably my first mistake, making it over text. But it was definitely too soon since we had only been together for about a month or 2. But who knows, right? Maybe she'd say it back. 3 hours later, she asked me if I had a homework assignment for a class we took together. I definitely did not send her that homework, okay? After about 2 weeks, she broke up with me, and it hurt so much that I entered a downward spiral of sleep deprivation. I was going through a real rough patch. Like if rock bottom had a basement, that's probably where I was mentally. It took me about a month to get myself back. I went and stayed at my grandparents' house because I had kinda lost my mind, being in the same place doing school online every day, and being heartbroken at the same time. Now here I am, living my day to day, on guard and not really looking for a new relationship, but aware of what I want in the event I find interest. Then one day, I run into this girl in my class who seemed like she was down. Turns out a similar friend of ours had said something that bothered her a lot. Even though I didn't know her, I just felt this draw to her. I go up to her and say, "Hey, I know you don't know me, but your friend is a good guy. Sure, he didn't mean it bad, and I'm here if you want to talk about it." From that day forth, I saw her as someone I wanted to become closer to. I saw how she treated her friends, how she cared for others, so thoroughly that I wanted that person in my life. Now, a year and some months later, I'm in a happy, strong relationship with her, and plan on spending the rest of my life with her. Of course, it would be 2 years if she had liked me when I started liking her. But everything takes time. It took lots of time and lots of patience, but I stuck with it knowing it was what I wanted, and who I wanted to be with. If I could leave you with something, I'd leave you with this. Don't say, "I love you" to someone unless you really mean it. Now, what is love? In my opinion, love is when you want to protect someone with your life and truly want them in your future. In other words, love is sacrifice. You set aside your desires and interests for someone else and want them to succeed and prosper. And that's when you're in love. People let those words fly so easily. They are so strong. Of course, say it to your family. But in the case of a significant other, it means everything to say those words. Be patient about everything. Communicate about everything. And make sure you see eye to eye on things before you really start pursuing this relationship in the long run. You want to know who you are, trust God in the process. Well, that's all for today's video. Maybe you'll hear from me again someday. If you liked this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any feedback or questions about relationships, let me know in the comments below. See you on the next one. Bye bye, guys.